If you clicked on this video to see mermaids, you might be disappointed. But don't leave yet. The sirens, or more accurately sirenians, which we came looking for, are almost as difficult to see. Most people will never see them in their lifetime. Sirenians are a group of aquatic mammals that include manatees and dugongs. Their name, Sirenia, comes from the mythological Greek sirens, which were enchanting, dangerous mermaids, because early sailors allegedly mistook them for mermaids when they saw them. At sea, all you often see is their tail splashing on the surface of the water when they come up for air. To see the manatees, we went to the southernmost tip of Costa Rica on the Caribbean side. On the drive there, we came across a small pond full of wildlife. There were mud turtles which rapidly scuttled into the water as we drove up, and 2 caiman basking in the sun, which did not even move with the noise of the car. In the trees above the pond, a group of howler monkeys was feeding on the leaves. Even though I came here to look for manatees, we just had to stop to watch and observe the diverse wildlife around this little oasis. A little further on, we met our guide Josue, who had a small boat that he could use to take us to the mouth of the estuary, where the manatees can often be seen. Stopping to look at the mangroves on the way, we made our way to the mouth of the estuary. I set up my Canon R6 with a 300mm telephoto lens and a 2x teleconverter to try and get some shots of the manatees when they surface. There are only about 8 to 10 manatees left in this region, and they spend their time between this estuary and the San River in Panama. Broad estimates believe there are between 20 to 100 individuals in total all along the Costa Rica coast, which makes these animals critically endangered in Costa Rica. They are also called sea cows because they are herbivorous animals which feed mainly on seagrass. There are only 4 remaining species of sea cows: the Amazonian manatee, the African manatee, the West Indian manatee, and the dugong. The largest is the West Indian manatee, which can grow up to 4.6 meters long and weigh up to 600 kilos. There used to be another species called the Steller sea cow, but it went extinct because of human greed and disrespect of wildlife. The 4 remaining species of sirenians also faced existential threats. By the 1970s, they were nearly wiped out from hunting. Records, which began in 1935, estimated that until the 1970s, over 1,000 or more West Indian manatees were killed each year for their hides. These days, the biggest threat is injuries from motorboats, and also loss of habitat from pollution. Plastics in the ocean are also a cause of death. The best estimates are there are only around 13,000 of these manatees remaining, of which around 8,000 live in Florida. So that leaves around 5,000 of the Antillean subspecies remaining. This is a tragedy, and we need to do our best to make sure they don't go extinct also. Their large size and slow metabolism mean they need to spend 6 to 8 hours a day feeding, and they can eat up to 10% of their body weight every day. They only come up for air every 10 or 20 minutes, and when they surface, it is usually very briefly. After a few glimpses of the manatees' tails, I finally was able to get a shot of them spending a whole 2 minutes on the surface. This is probably as good a viewing as we could get from the shore. The coastline here is beautiful, with hardly any people around, apart from a few fishermen who live in the local village. Apparently the manatees sometimes come into the lagoon when the water level is higher, so I will hopefully return in the rainy season to try and get some closer, more detailed videos of them. But I feel very privileged just to have been able to see these beautiful endangered sea creatures and some of the other wildlife in the region. Please like and subscribe to see more interesting wildlife videos.